All right, what's going on? All right, I think you were muted there for a moment. Welcome to the show, everybody. Can you hear me? All right, what's going on? All right, we're testing out a new platform today, so we're trying to see how this is going to work for us. Mr. Lodge, are you? Uh, can you hear us? Oh, I think we just lost Lodge for a moment. All right, folks, welcome to the show. All right, everybody. Momentarily, hopefully, we'll get D Lodge back on the line. It is 12 o'clock. It is that time. It is that time again. Uh, I got called one of the most exciting times that we have. It's time for the SIP show. Um, we're renaming the show while we're waiting on him to get streamed back in. We're renaming the show. Share this on your page. Start a watch party. I'm excited about today's title and today's message. I think D Lodge just came back in to the broadcast. As soon as I see his picture show up, we'll turn it over to him. But for those just tuning in for the first time, my name is Dr. Jeremy Blunt, and it was the Stitches Motivational Show. We are renaming it to the Stitches Influencing Purpose Show. D Lodge is joining the show right about now. I thought I saw his picture, and then all of a sudden I didn't see his picture anymore. There we go. There he is. D Lodge, can we hear you? All right, I can hear something.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There you go. I can hear you well. All right, sir, it's your show.
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna let it's your topic today. I'm gonna let you take the reins. I'm gonna try to do a couple things to try to fix this sound and work on this echo. But you can go ahead, sir. Hey, I'm having a difficulty hearing you. Go ahead and say something. All right, we're having some technical difficulties today. We're waiting on him to get tuned back in. Soon as he gets chimed back in, we'll go ahead and continue with today's broadcast. But today we want to talk about The title of today's show is The King's Court, and it's dealing with influence. So, we're going to throw a couple questions out there, asking folks to join in. There we go. There we go.
What's going on?
All right, now we in the business.
Yeah. Can you give me your headphones, please? I end up doing it from my phone because my computer is just like it's the biggest hater of all right now.
I can understand that one.
Yeah.
All right, sir. It's on you. We've already done the introductions. Introduce yourself to the folks that's out there, and let's get rolling.
All right. My name is Damon Laws, for y'all who don't know. I'm very excited today. We'll be coming to you from, we're going to be talking about the King's Court today. We'll be talking about our friendships and the type of friends we need in our lives. Go through this COVID time. I got my Bluetooth on. I don't know if you can hear me better with those.
I think I heard you better before.
All right. That didn't work.
You sound good right now.
All right. So we'll leave it like this. Um, So yes, so the King's Court, where we're going in that, I can show y'all my shirt. I got my King shirt on today, right? For our Stitches Challenge. We talked about ruling yesterday, and I felt that it was fitting that we can get back into this. So my King shirt is gonna be on today. What you got, sir?
Okay. Well, I'm just representing the Stitches for Life today.
All right.
This was one of our first promo shirts that we did. Just talk about all the different things that Stitches offers. We are a holistic counseling service that we address every one of the issues that people face in their families. We're not exclusive to just one thing. We believe everything is interconnected, and you have to use the different things in your life, putting those things together uh, in order to have a full life. So that's what that's all about.
Definitely. I almost wore my Stitches King shirt from the couples retreat. Like
You
I
know
was
what?
this
And
close.
I started to do the same thing.
I was close to putting it on.
You know what?
Right.
We're gonna have to bust up and just wear them on the same day. You know?
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to do that. But let's get into this topic for today, right? So our name is the King Court because if you think about even if you go back in the stories like King Arthur and all this stuff, he had the Knights of the Round Table, right? So I feel that we should have people in our circle, in our immediate circle, that can help us get through life, help us get through certain situations, right? So as we look into this King's Court, we want to look around your circle of influence. Who is around you? Who is pouring into you, and who you are pouring out to for yourself. So true friendship is measured by vulnerability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Friendship is you have to be your authentic self. I don't feel like I have to be my representative when I'm with one of my close friends or somebody who's in my circle, right? I don't have to put on like the corporate suit and tie when I'm around my friend. I should be able to be vulnerable. I should be able to take criticism from them without getting hurt. Um, so when you have these people in your corner, you got to make sure that there's a level of integrity there that y'all can bothly take criticism because you want to be able to grow each other, to be able to pour into one each other. And like I said, you can't be fake around these people. They have to be people you can be your authentic self from, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got anything you want to add to that?
There's a lot of people running around here being something that they're not.
Yeah.
And, when you don't know who you are, then that's all that you'll have. You'll spend your time running around trying to be like what you think you ought to look like. or what you ought to be. You watch people with the stuff that they wear on TV, and I'm getting comments saying that I'm coming in muffled. Am I coming in muffled to you, or with with an echo?
I hear you pretty good.
Okay. Um, well, but that's the secondary cause. When you see somebody acting like that, it's because they've never been told that they were enough. They've never been shared that what they have something to bring to the table. We talk about the King's Court. When you think about that, you also think about the table. The Knights of the Round Table. They had different people that represented different things that came to the table, but they all had to know that they were worth something to be at that table. You got to know that you are enough to be worth, the people that interact with you, the people that encounter with you, the people that you deal with. You are enough with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be the first point that, because the friend, you mentioned friendship, the people that, if you can't be vulnerable in front of your friends, then they're not really your friend.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point that out. You need to be able to be your authentic self. Know who you are. Know that you're enough. And if they can't accept that, then they're not your friend.
Correct. So I want to get into another little point I had. It was like, why do we struggle to build these friendships that we need? Right. So the first point I actually got this from my pastor. He did a whole sermon about relationships, situationships, and everything in between. Right. So I got a bunch
I'm
of
still here.
notes
I'm
for
working
everyone.
on the echo.
All right.
Go ahead.
So the first area that I have that we struggle to build these friendships or relationships we need is inner court is that we are not friendly. We don't put off friendly vibes to most people, so they don't want to be able to come to us because we always have this I don't want to say stank face, but stank face. Like the people don't want to really be around you. Like, man, this dude just look like he mean. You know what I'm saying? So when we building these friendships, let's be friendly. Let's have a smile on our face, right? Let's have people to be able to come to you, right? And then another area that we struggle into, we don't want to put ourselves out there because we fear rejection. We don't want to get rejected by somebody who we consider to be a real friend, right? We want to have them in a circle, but we're going to be like, Brand, nobody wants to be my friend. And this is going to put us in a whole other path. So the third point I had on this struggling to build these friendships is that we're unable to trust anybody. All right. So that we've been hurt so much in the past by it don't have to be friendships. It can be friends or family members. It can be from past relationships that it's hard to even open up to try to build this friendship that you need to have this core of people that need to be around to uplift. And then the fourth point I had right there is that we just lack the wisdom to know that it's going to be a day-to-day process. Like it's not going to just be one day. Oh, we best friends. It's not like we kids again. Where I remember my son, he came up to me, he was like, Daddy, every person was his best friend. Like, and I got a new best friend. I got a new best friend. I'm like, nah, son, everybody's best friend. So we lack the wisdom that it's going to be a process. It's going to be a lot of process of pouring into one another. It's going to be a process to pull from the strength and weaknesses of your friends. So those are the four areas I had that why we struggle to build these friendships or this court of people that we need to be around us. You got anything you want to add to that, sir?
Well, I think the biggest struggle has been, because of past experiences.
Yeah.
Like you said, people are hurt. They've gone through ill experiences, if I can say it that way, where they put their trust in somebody, and they thought, how many times have you heard somebody say, "Man, I thought that was my friend."
Yeah.
I thought we were better than that. I thought we were cool. And, they did X, Y, and Z. And now, I don't even know how to look at them the same way. And I don't even know how to even come at them the same as a result of the things that, they've put me through. So a large part of the reason why I think we struggle is because we carry that with us. You know, people, and this is, I know, is a topic for another day, but it's a difference between uh, forgiving and forgetting. And a lot of people, there's one level of struggling with the forgiving, but it's a whole nother level struggling with the forgetting. People say, well, God designed us with this thing called memory. So therefore, we never get rid of the memory. And because of that, that's what causes our struggle. I think majority of the time is that we're constantly wanting to hash up and bring up the past. And like we always want to walk around with ammunition, even if it wasn't from the person that we're dealing with. It could be ammunition from the last friend that messed over us or the last person that did us wrong. We still got the ammunition because we've been carrying it around, waiting on the opportunity. You know what? I knew you was just like the last one. You know, you were just like the one before, and that has caused all kind of issues on the other end. So I think that's a large part of the reason why people struggle.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I heard this. I think I heard Snoop Dogg actually say this, right? Out of all people, he was talking
Snoop,
about. He was
double
talking
G's make
about.
you. Oh, sorry.
He was talking about bridging a gap, right? So he was like, you have a lot of people who you grew up with, and they're at a certain level. So just like your friends, all these different courses that you have is going to be seasonal. Some people are going to meant to go up here with you. They don't meant to stay down here. But you can't go back down there. You can't pull all these people back to get to where you want to be. So he was like, you got to be able to bridge the gap to see of who people who's not recommended to be with you in this season. That you might have to leave some people behind because they're not in the same growth process that you are. They don't have the same mindset that you have anymore. So that's why you have to continue to, I think, to evaluate your friends. It's an essential relationship. It's not something that you should pick. Take sparingly. Like, oh, I'm gonna pick this person because I think they're a good person. But it has to be intentional. The relationship has to be intentional, especially into this king court, into this circle that we have. You have to have, it's more of a purpose partner is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's the purpose of our friendship? What's the purpose of what we can pull from each other and how we can grow? So instead of saying I want to have a certain amount of friends, or I want to have a certain amount of person in my life, you need to have a purpose partner. How can we pull and pour into one another that we can pull out our purposes from each other?
That's good. That's good. Look, I did something a couple. Oh, this was a couple years ago now. I had a talk with my daughter um, about friends, and just asking her how she selects her friends and how much thought she put into, the people that she quote unquote calls her friend. And one of the things that we came up with was I was like, let's create a um, let's create a job application. And in other words, a friendship, because being somebody's friend is a job. Let's just be
Yeah.
honest. Okay. And, if you were filling out a job, if you were creating a job position, a friendship position, um, and in that position, you had to list everything that you looked for in a friend and everything that they possess and everything you want them to possess. And at the same time, also, everybody wants to know what's the benefits when they go for an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. So you got to also say, hey, what it is that you are going to be for them. So it's like a friendship application. I saw some, they got some online. It's literally a friendship application because a lot of times we pick our friends, and I know this may be one of your points that you were going to make, but we pick our friends based off of what we have in common, not what we can do for each other, or not for each other, what you can do for me. So I know we're gonna talk about how we select those friends. So, but I just wanted to throw that part in. I thought that was really to finish the story. After my daughter did it, she came back to me and she said, man, I lost some friends. So what you mean you lost some friends? She said, yeah, because when I did this application and I talked about the stuff that I bring to the table, what they bring to the table, the qualification of what my expectations were and everything else, I had to get rid of some people because I found out that they wasn't real friends. And I was like, wow. And at that time, my daughter, I think, was like 12, 13. So this was a couple years ago. And I mean, at 12 and 13, like, we don't do that as an adult. She's doing it as a child. And she still does it to this day. She evaluates periodically the friends that she has. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's good there. I was about to say I'm gonna have to print out a couple of those and start handing them out to people too. Be like, here, man,
Please
what's your
get this back to me.
That's fun. So you know what? That'll be a question for today. What do you expect from your friendships? You know, or real. This is one of the biggest issues that I had with friendships growing up. It's actually number 5 on my next point, but this one what I want to get to first is the friendship is balanced, right? I done had many people that I'm always the person, like I'm always texting, I'm always calling, I'm always doing that. But they're not giving me this feedback. They're not calling me, they're not checking up on me, they're not texting on me. So the friendship wouldn't balance. So a lot of these one-sided friendships is like I don't have time
Ooh.
for them for in this season. If I have to be the one to continually have to seek you, you know what I'm saying, to continually have to call you, text you, see how you're doing, but on the other end, you're not even worried about me. So if we go about what we've been saying, that person probably don't even consider me as a friend because they're not even putting in the work to try to, to see what's going on through my life.
That's right. Look, I want to just point this out. Marsha, thank you for tuning in today, Marsha. Marsha said, you can never lose a true friend. Yeah, but everybody's definition of true is different.
Yeah.
You know, what you define as true may be different from what they might define as true, or what the next person defines as true. But I do agree with you. You never really lose a true friend. Look, if you have a comment, you want to ask a question, we just posed a question in there. What do you expect out of friendships? That's we want to hear your feedback, and we'll be glad to share it. Just like we just shared Marsha's comment as we're going along. This is interactive. We don't want it to just be the conversation that me and D-Man have. It's the conversation that we want to have with you as well.
All right, let's go ahead and get into how do we select and evaluate the right friends. All right. So what feelings do I have when they're around? I remember I could be talking to somebody, right? And after I get the phone, like, man, I'm whoa out. Like this person just emotionally just drained me, right? So it's like, how are you feeling when you're around these people? Are they emotional draining? Are they putting you in a bad space? Are they putting you in a bad mood? If they are, hey, you might have to be like look, I gotta lose some people out of my life. You know what I'm saying? If they're emotionally draining, physically draining, just to talk to. Y'all ain't even hanging around. You know what I'm saying? They giving me these feelings of of uncertainty, or giving me these feelings that I gotta pour into too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm like draining me from other activities that I can do throughout the day. So what are your feelings when you're around these people, right?
Yeah, what goes across your mind? What do they bring? When they show up, what do they make you feel like?
Yeah.
That's man, that's big because a lot of times people come into your life and you're just like, you have those people that they walk into a room and it's like they suck all the air out the room. Like immediately when they walk in the room, like your skin begins to curl, like something's crawling on you just by them just being around. Like you first off, nobody should have that level of power over you. Let me just throw that out there. But let's just be honest. We do have people that they come and they set the atmosphere when they come in, but it's bad when that person is somebody you would call a friend, or that they're calling you a friend. I'm gonna read a couple comments. Um, Tony Lodge, I think you might know this person. I expect it to be a two-way street. I give, they give, being completely open with one another. That was her comment. I see quite a few people just that are watching. We want to hear some feedback from you. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. How do they make you feel when they walk into the room? Another question is, what is their capacity to handle the real me? Can they handle it when you show up? That's why people are fake, because they don't think the real them is enough. They really think if you feel like you're gonna lose somebody by being who you are, then you shouldn't have had them to begin with. But go ahead.
Yeah, we'll give you applause on that one. So that was that was a good one right
I
there.
was with them anyway.
Yes. All right. So the point number 3 is, have they proven themselves trustworthy, committed, and reliable?
Mm, mm.
So
Trustworthy, committed, and
commit.
reliable. Oh, okay.
Yes. So are these people gonna go as soon as you tell them something, putting it on Facebook, or look what I done heard, or they spit on the tea? That's the phrase they use these days. They spit on the tea about all your information.
I come with the tea. That's why we call it the Sip Show. Because we gonna talk about the tea. We ain't talking about people. We gonna talk about issues. They
Yeah.
talk about the tea.
And also, they're going to be committed to you. Just like my wife put in her comment, it's going to be a two-way street. We're going to be committed to each other. Of course, we both have lives, we both have families, but we're still going to have a certain amount of level of commitment that we're going to have to each other to develop our friendship, right? And also, are they going to be reliable? Are you going to be there when I need you? If I'm into a point where I'm struggling, can I count on you? And vice versa, count on me when you're in an area where you're struggling. You know, I think the people that I have in my circle, you can account to this too. Like, if we really need each other, oh yeah, we there. You know what I'm
That's
saying? No
it.
matter what it is. If you can do it, if I can do it, we're gonna make this thing work out. You know what I'm saying? If we can't, we gotta have that relationship to tell you, look, I can't help all this area because of this. And they have to be able to accept that. And they know your heart, they know your posture, so they know how you are. So it shouldn't even be an issue, you know?
So wait, does this mean I can come to you and ask you to borrow some money? Oh wait, hold on. That's we finances. That's another show. That's another show. Like
Yeah.
if you're reliable, does that mean reliable mean I can just come and borrow some money because you're reliable? Is that necessarily is not the same thing?
You
Okay.
have to know that person. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, especially if you're in a circle, yes, you can come borrow money because I know I have it to lend. B, I know you're trustworthy because we already said that, and you're a committed friend, so you ain't gonna take my money and run. And you know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna pay me back. So if somebody is in your king's court and they want to borrow money, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? So if you committed, trustworthy, and reliable, I know I can let you borrow that money because I know I can get it back.
Y'all see my look because I'm like, maybe we should have just shared this disclaimer before we got started. I was told I should have did this a couple episodes ago. The views and the opinions that we share are ours exclusively. Mine are my view. Damien's is his view, and that's what they are. We don't Yeah, we both have our own companies, our own businesses, and we have our own families and everything else. However, these are our views. And just because he might share his view and I might share mine, we're not always going to have the same view on things. It's a whole nother episode that we need to do dealing with people borrowing money. Because that might be my topic on Friday. I got my topic for tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that'll be the topic for Friday because folks be borrowing money, and I have a whole philosophy about who can borrow money, who can't borrow money, but that's not today's show, so we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna have to have 2 cups of tea for that one.
Oh yeah. So the fourth one I have is, do they make me better? Right?
Mm,
Or are they pouring into me and trying to pull the best out of me? Or are they always negative? Or are they always condescending? So when we look at these friendships, we're looking at these people who's going to be in our immediate circle. Do they make me better?
yeah, that's true. If they're not making you better, then like why are they in your life?
Yeah.
Why are they around? If they can't make you better, then you are wasting your time. And that's good right there. That's all I'm gonna say on that. And then I'm gonna say this: is your friendship balanced? It's
Mm-hmm.
one thing for them to make you better, but it's another. Are you making them better? Because the reason why they might not be making you better is because you're not making them better. You so worried about them pouring into you, you're not pouring anything into them. I always talk about the cup. That's why this cup, the cup concept is the reason why I wanted to do this show, because this is about pouring into your cup. The problem is we'll pour into other people, and we're constantly, or we got other people that's pouring into us. But you know what? It gets to a point where we get to the bottom of our cup. And if you don't have enough to be able to pour into somebody else, all of a sudden, then you'll start acting stingy. Then all of a sudden, like you really don't know who your friends are until you get into a situation. I joke about money, and when I talk about, I'm serious about my money. Don't get me wrong, but I joke about it. But at the same time, I mean, it's when money is an issue. I remember, um, and I'm gonna be a little transparent. Um, I remember being asked. I didn't get asked. I was around somebody that talked about money, somebody that's close to me, and because I was around them and they talked about a situation they were going through, I didn't respond. I was just like, oh, all right, they're gonna work that out. Hey man, like, but then I turned around and was like, look, if you need some help, let me know. A true friend is not somebody that you gotta say that to, or they gotta say that to you. Like I found myself that I wasn't being a true friend, because if I saw the need, I heard the need, I should have been the one to say, hey, I got you. I'm stepping up and I'm doing. And later on they pointed it out to me. And a true friend is somebody that can come to you with some criticism and you be able to take it. You don't think they just shooting shots at you. You take it for what it's worth to make yourself better. And I really stepped back and was like, you know what? I really wasn't the best friend in that moment. And then I look for opportunities, and I do it now. I look for opportunities to be able to give and to pour into other people. Now I don't just do it to be doing it. But man, look, a friendship is balance, and you got to take that seriously. So yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all good, but I think we pretty much covered all the topics I had. Ooh, the last one that I have too is it's not about friendships, but it's about if you have kids, are you pouring into your children, right? What goals and values are you pouring into them? I love what you said about that friendship application for your daughter, because that's something that I probably would do with my son, because he got some of these friends who he say are friends that
Mm,
they are not. You know what I'm saying? So we have to instill in him the life lessons that we learned about friendship, how we got hurt, the trust that we put into people, that they broke it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to let them know to look. This is what you need to look out for. If they have these characteristics, they're not your friend. They have these characteristics. Are they trustworthy? They committed to you. They reliable. Oh, that's your friend. You know, and how
hmm
to be able to distinguish from each season that you're on, that you are in your life. So um, you're gonna have friends that you have now. He's in middle school. That when you get to high school, they might not be there. When you get to college, they're probably not gonna be there. So how to continue to look for those friends and how to continue to cultivate that purpose partner that you need through life.
Look, I had friends that I was friends with in high school. There was one that I mean, we hung out every day. the whole 4 years we was in high school. The day we graduated was the last day we hung out for almost 10 years.
Wow.
I shifted into a different season in my life, and I literally, and kind of in the defense of what I'm saying, my 8th grade year, or my last year in middle school, right before high school, we moved literally to the other side of town, and so I didn't live around the person anymore. But after high school, like we literally, and we didn't have the same things in common. People in your life for a season. And, sometimes we get bent out of shape because our season changed and we want the people to change too.
Mm-hmm.
And it may not be meant for them to go into the next season with you. It might not be for them to be in the next one and to go to places and do the things. And, you grow and sometimes people just grow apart. Or if you grow and that other person doesn't grow, then you might have to leave them behind. And the crazy part is you got to be okay with that.
Yeah.
That's part of being friends. And the last part about pouring into your kids is you are the example. They learn from what they see, not by what you say. They learn by what they see. So the way that you pick your friends is how they pick theirs. The way you handle your friends is how they're gonna handle theirs. And we're not talking about significant relationships like marriage relationship or romantic relationships today. But let me tell you something: how you treat your significant other is going to be how they go treat theirs when they get one. If you don't ever, you treat everyone like they all messed over you and they haven't even done you nothing, don't get mad when they get of age and they do the same thing. Mm-hmm. If they see you messing over a friend, what you think they gonna do? Don't be shocked when they do it, because people do what they see, not what you tell them. That's what they mimic. That's the habits that they create. So it's important, instill those things, pour those things into them. I constantly try to grow every day because of that reason alone, because I know that they looking at me. They looking to see, am I the same person from yesterday? Am I growing? Am I doing more? And how am I going about doing it? So yeah, dude, this was good today. This was really, really good today. Yeah, I'm gonna let you close us out today. I don't really have much more to say today. This was heavy. Oh no, yeah, it is. It is. We got to talk about the daily challenge, and we got to talk about what we're going to talk about tomorrow, because it's going to
be. I think what the daily challenge is going to be is I want you to evaluate the people you have in your circle, right? And I want you to be able to. This maybe not going to be a public challenge. This could be an inward inspection of who's around you, right? And you can just send us a check mark and be like, check mark, challenge done for the day. You don't have to put anybody out there on blast. You don't have to put anything out there that you don't want anybody to see for this challenge. But I want you to really inspect your friends, inspect your circle, inspect the people who are around you. What do you expect out of these friendships? And I kind of want you to evaluate your circle. I want you to have a good team court. Your round table be solid. Nobody gonna come in there and mess with your circle. I said you have something you want to add.
I'm gonna be messy. Thank you, Patricia, for accepting the challenge. I'm gonna be messy. I got an even better one. I have another challenge for you. And it's simply to answer this question. And I'm gonna post the question. Hopefully, you all can see the questions that I'm posting. I don't know whether or not they can or not. But here's the question that I have. What character traits would you like to get rid of in your friends if you could? What character traits, I'm saying it again, and I need somebody to type it in for me, if you can, in the comment section, just in case they can't see it. What character traits would you like to get rid of in your friends? Now, when I say in your friends, I'm not telling you to say your friend name and what the character trait is that you're trying to get rid of. I ain't say put the people on blast like that. I just said, name the character trait that you would like to get rid of that one of your friends have. Now, if they know, like I know, like one of my close friends tell me, if they start naming, that friend's going to know who they are, and they're going to know that, hey, this is something I need to work at. Because guess what? Sometimes you got to tell them. And if you have not had a platform to be able to tell them, I'm giving you one. So now you got a platform. Hashtag Stitches Challenge. You got a platform to tell those friends what character trait they can improve on and what they can change. So, look, we are out of time for today. Thank you, Tony, for posting that. Thank you all for tuning in today. Um, we had a different platform, so I really want to get some feedback on what y'all thought about this platform. First time me and D Lodge were able to be on the same screen, streaming on Facebook. I kind of liked it. What do y'all think about the new name? It's S.I.P. SIP, it stands for Stitches Influencing Purpose. It's the new company. It's the nonprofit side of what we're doing to help in the community and to do different awesome things. So we are excited. We're so glad that y'all tuned in to this. Tomorrow, gotta talk about tomorrow's topic. Oh yeah, I've been waiting for tomorrow's topic. You know, I've been doing this series called Developing Self, and um, tomorrow's topic, we got to help people deal with some of the people that they are dealing with. Narcissistic personalities. Them people that's full of themselves. You can't tell them nothing. They always figure they right. You know, everything got to revolve around them. We in a quarantine situation. So that means some of y'all stuck in a house with them. You can't escape like you used to escape to work and everything. You can't escape. Your kids, you can't escape. Well, I'm going to help you deal with that. I believe I have some tips you do not want to miss. Invite your friends, tell your buddies. Uh, this SIP show is on and popping. S.I.P. We in the building. My name is Jeremy Blunt. This is D Lodge. I'm going to let him close us out today.
Well, I thank everybody who took time to watch our program today. Hope some of this, excuse me, tongue tied here. Hope some of this actually benefited you. That you can expect the people who are around you. That you can learn how to evaluate your friends, right? That you can actually know who to pour into you when you're empty. Y'all pour into one another. But again, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully y'all not living with these narcissistic people.
Oh, you watch the tune in for tomorrow. Folks gonna be like, look, if by the way, if you might be the narcissistic one. I'm not talking about you, D, but if you're watching this and you're wondering, I don't know if I live with somebody who's narcissistic or if I'm quarantining with somebody who's narcissistic, well, you might need to tune in because I'm going to also explain what a narcissist. You might find out you one. Sip my tea. I'm at the end. We're at the end of the show. Sip my tea. We close it out. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. We out.